Quick Tips brought to you by Customer Support. In this quick tip, we will walk through creating a vendor and setting the vendor up to receive a 1099. To create a new vendor in the Intact system that is categorized as a 1099 vendor, navigate to Accounts Payable, Records, Vendors, Add. In this demo, we will focus in on the fields for the vendor payments to be tracked as 1099 income. So first off, we will need to create a vendor ID. Next, we will want to populate the vendor name. This other information can be filled out at another time so that we can remain focused on the 1099 fields. Click on Additional Information. Scroll down to the 1099 eligible field and check this off. This will make the vendor categorized as a 1099 vendor, and the total amount of the payments that are tracked for this vendor will be added up throughout the year and totaled on the 1099 form. Next, populate the 1099 name. This is the name that will be populated on the 1099 form. Next, click on Save. This will then refresh the screen and require you to set up the form for the vendor. First, you will want to select the form of the 1099 for this specific vendor. The different forms that Intact generates are listed here. Select Miscellaneous Income if this is the correct form. The screen will then refresh again, and here you have the option to select the default box. For example, if this is Other Income and this is the field that you will need the income to be reported on the 1099, select Other Income. Also, we have the option here for initial values for the specific year. The initial values are dollar amounts that have been paid to the vendor and have not been recorded in the Intact system. In order for the total at the end of the year to be correct and the amount on the 1099 for the bills entered into the system as well as any payments generated to the vendor outside of the system, you can add this dollar amount here for the correct total to be at the end of the year. Next, click on Save. This concludes how to create a vendor that will receive a 1099 form.